Hi everybody, welcome back. This is not my usual setup, I know, and that's because I am packing and I am moving. It's such a big relief finally being able to say and break the news that I'm moving. I've been throwing hints here and there throughout the past few vlogs saying that I've been on the hunt for a new apartment and kind of just looking around, but never confirming that I'm moving. But yes, I've signed my new lease, got the new keys. I am over the moon. So this video is going to cover the why I'm moving, the few units that I viewed, the prices of them, and all the shits and giggles in between. I hope you guys enjoy today's video. And yeah, I don't know how it's gonna go, but I hope you enjoy anyway. Before we get into everything else, by the way, this video is not like most moving vlogs in the States sponsored by Roadway Moving, because we don't have Roadway Moving in Canada. I wish there was Roadway Moving in Canada, just because I totally would have paid however much to help me move, because this is stressful. I'm currently putting piles of clothes that I'm giving away to my friends and family. Some of the things I've been wanting to let go for a while now, just never really had the opportunity to kind of like give away, but now that I'm moving, it feels like a perfect chance to really say goodbye to them. So I'm actually hosting a little get-together for my friends slash colleagues this coming weekend, and they're going to come over for a little thrift and food sesh. There's like some really good stuff in my personal opinion, like cropped Arctic knit sweater, brand new, don't even think I've worn it once. Everlane jeans, double-sided Maha grid windbreaker jacket slash like teddy fleece jacket, Levi's teddy jacket that was all the rage a few years ago. I'm ready to let them go just because I'm building myself like a very just because I'm building a very specific wardrobe for myself, and I'm only holding on to the things that I feel like would fit to that particular wardrobe. But yeah, this is probably like going to be the most fun part about moving. I've actually started packing over the past few days. So for various reasons, I've been kind of hiding the bags under the island and the corners of the house. I think just because I'm, you know, trying to hide them from my regular vlog and other videos, because I didn't want to announce so soon that I was moving. You'll also see over here in the corner, I have some boxes and suitcases filled up already. Also in that corner, this house is definitely starting to echo a little bit just because things are going away and into boxes now, but I'm very excited. I think for today's portion of the video, I'm not going to go into detail about the other units that I viewed, but in total I want to say I viewed 3 units and I settled on the third one. The first unit I viewed was in Brentwood. The second unit I viewed was in Chinatown, and then the third unit is where I'll be staying, so I won't be revealing. So I guess I'll only be sharing 2 units in detail, and then the third unit I'll kind of cover why I settled on it. The official move date has not been set yet. I'm thinking maybe this weekend, and it's Thursday, so it's a little nerve-wracking because I don't have the logistic figured out yet. But I was talking to my mom and my grandma, and if you're Asian and superstitious, you'll understand where this is coming from. But my grandmother was telling me how Saturday is a good day for me to move, because she looked at this like calendar of sort and said that this particular Saturday from 9 a.m. to 11 a.m. and 1 p.m. to 3 p.m. is a good, and quoted, a beautiful time for a rabbit, me, to move. I don't know how that works, but this is what she told me and I trust her. I don't know how it's gonna go because Saturday is obviously like the day after tomorrow, and I'm supposed to be hosting the get-together, and it's also the day after Ryan gets here, so fingers crossed, wish me luck, and let's get packing. Good morning. The moving has started. Ryan's doing the first round of loading onto the car right now, and I'm just putting things together and then moving them out to the hallway so that he can kind of just relay it on to the elevator and then bring it onto the car.
Later.
Welcome to the new house. Ding ding. Just brought our first boxes in. This is the first sneak peek of the house, I suppose. I can't believe it. So we're not gonna bring in all the boxes and items today. We're just gonna bring in some because my grandmother said that this is a good time to break into the house. Not literally. We're gonna carry the rest of the stuff up from the car. Oh my god, I can't believe it. It's a new house, guys. This light came with the house, but I'm thinking I want to like replace it. I don't know how long that's gonna take because obviously replacing takes time and money, and time it will go just because I don't really vibe with this particular style.
Voila!
It's moving day. I don't know if you guys can tell, but this car is absolutely packed. We're driving a fucking Evo. We're moving houses in an Evo. Evo, if you see this, please sponsor me because we are truly maximizing this car to its full potential. I'm also wearing a mask because I get super allergic to dust mites and dirt when cleaning and moving and stuff, so have it on for now. Taking our first of many trips to the new home to deliver and to transport all my furniture. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. My stress. My anxiety and stress is through the roof because we are making our first trip to the new condo after my supposed elevator booking time. So we're gonna see how that goes. All right. So we managed to fit a queen size mattress and a human being in an Evo. All right, let's go. Somebody's going to think I'm carrying a body in my back trunk. This was so chaotic to put in the elevator and then the car.
It's brighter than I thought it'd be, to be honest.
Well, there's no cover. Good morning. It's I think day 4 of moving now. We're still carrying and driving the furniture to the new house. It's just very tricky with all the elevator booking times, and I can't personally book the elevator for the new place because my landlord has to be the one to do that. I think they have an online portal or something. So there's a lot of coordination and then like figuring out what time works for my work schedule and Ryan's work schedule. My skin is breaking out like terribly, I think with all the lactose I've been ingesting mindlessly, and also all the dust, all the alcohol, lack of sleep, stress most of all. But yeah, we are moving the bed frame today. These are all the bed frame parts, and then we have some more like suitcases. Hello. Okay, so ignore all the clutter. Clearly there's still work to be done in terms of unpacking and organizing and putting away stuff, but we have officially and finally completed our moving in process. All my furniture has been moved in, and what's left is basically organizing, decluttering, and getting more furniture into this house. There is definitely a lot of getting used to, but with all moves and new chapters, there's a lot of getting used to, so that's going to take some time. Anyway, I thought I would finally come on here and talk about my apartment hunting process. So the reason why I moved, a few reasons. One was because I was outgrowing a studio space. It was just getting too cramped, and it was starting to become a little hard to separate work from rest. It was getting to a point where I was really getting no rest sometimes, and I was being really restless and just working constantly. Now that there's like a separation between the bed and like the living space and the workspace, I feel like I would be able to organize my life a little better, if that makes sense. Number 2 was there were tax things that that particular studio could not fulfill. I've been handing cash solid cash every single month to my landlord to pay my rent for the past year and a half, and I was not having it anymore. I couldn't do it anymore. So in the end, I decided to move out to a place where, you know, I could sign a proper BC tenant contract. It was a very anxious thing for me in many ways that I don't want to get into. Anyway, so that was reason number 2. There were just things that my landlord liked that I really couldn't stand for anymore. Like, she really likes coming over to my place for unit inspection. Sometimes it's twice a month. Anyway, it gets me a little upset sometimes thinking about how much I gave into that living condition. So that is a bit of a story time. So those are the 2 major reasons why I wanted to move. Now onto the units that I viewed. So the first unit, as I mentioned, was in Brentwood. It was a newly built condo, and I absolutely loved the condo itself. It was in like a very new area that's currently getting developed. It was a 1-bed, 1-bath, and the agent was willing to help me negotiate from $2,600 to $2,450, I believe. And it came with a storage unit, and it was obviously, as you can tell from the pictures and everything, it's very, very spacious. It was, I think, east facing, and there was a huge balcony. However, there were 2 catches. The owner of this particular unit was not based in Vancouver, and everything was being processed through the mediator, the agent, and it was very complicated going back and forth and trying to communicate and getting the details settled. In the end, they asked me to pay 3 months of rent in advance on top of the security deposit, and they wanted to see a lot of paperwork. At that point, I couldn't really understand why I had to prove myself that I am able to pay rent on time every month by providing so many supporting documents, as well as pay 3 months of rent in advance, etc, etc. I understand that the owner himself may have had bad experience before, but for that reason, and for the reason that he wanted me to pay so much money in advance and upfront, I had to pass $2,450 times 3 plus the security deposit. It's like shy or just around like 9K. So that was a no. The second unit was in Chinatown. It was a beautiful, beautiful space with so much lighting, and it was going for only $2,400, and I think in the end the owner dropped it to $2,300. There was a den, there was a living room, bathroom obviously, and then a bedroom. There was a lot of closet space, which I loved, and then because it was a corner unit, so you get immense amount of lighting, which I just adored. But a few catches about that place. It's in Chinatown, and if you are familiar with the Vancouver Chinatown, you know that it's not a very safe neighborhood to live in. For that sole reason, I had to say no. Such a beautiful unit, and the current tenant decorated it beautifully. So that brings us to our final unit. I viewed it on a super rainy day. I remember so clearly, like the roads were flooding. I prevailed, made it to the viewing. At the time, there was another couple viewing with me, and I was actually terrified because they seemed like they had their shit together. But I really took the time to get to know the landlord and allow them to get to know me. Like, we basically got to know each other during the viewing, and I really appreciated that, because living in somebody else's property, it's so important to be respectful and to have like a good relationship, in my opinion anyway, and what my parents taught me growing up. I will say this is slightly over my budget, but at the same time not really, because Vancouver's housing market is insane, and this particular size for this particular location, this price is pretty freaking good. I won't be going into too much detail about this particular unit just because it is where I'm currently residing now, so for privacy reasons I won't be going into it any further. But so grateful to be able to move in here. I'm so happy to see that my hard work has allowed me to live comfortably now. Yeah. Thank you guys so much for supporting me as always. Without you, truly, I would not be able to even move into this apartment or get out of a sticky situation. I hope you guys found this video somewhat useful. If you guys have any questions, just leave it in the comments down below. Make sure to leave a like, and I guess I'll see you guys next time. Bye!